C2E2 we met Jim Cummings and he was great. We took a picture while we were there, but Tony was a silly old bear.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So we are on our way to go see Christopher Robin. I'm very excited. Winnie the Pooh's always been kind of a comfort thing for me, as embarrassing as it is. When I have really bad panic attacks, still to this day, Winnie the Pooh theme song is the song that goes through my head. So I'm pretty excited. A little nervous because it's Winnie the Pooh. I don't want them to mess it up. So, your thoughts?
Excited. Hoping it's a good movie and see how it goes.
Well, please don't mess this up.
2 hours later.
Well, I cried.
I didn't cry.
I cried a lot.
I didn't cry. Good movie, but I didn't cry.
I loved
It's
it.
sweet. It's a sweet movie. So we just got back, for those who don't know. Yeah, right from our intro and everything. We just got back from Christopher Robin. It's directed by Mark Forster, if I'm saying that correctly. I'm mentioning him because he directed Finding Neverland, so you can see little hints of the cinematography he did in this movie and stuff, so that's why I'm mentioning him and stuff. But yeah, it's a really good movie. Got a couple problems with it, but I mean, let's pass the floor to you because you're the bigger Winnie the Pooh fan here.
Winnie the Pooh. I love Winnie the Pooh. But Winnie the Pooh's always been a comfort thing for me. This is my little bear that I've had since I was a kid. His name is Longlegs because of his long legs. As a child, I thought he had long legs, but now as an adult, I realized they're pretty average sized. But
Looks like a Winnie the Pooh bear.
he
too.
does, and I didn't realize till you pointed that out how much he looks like the original Winnie the Pooh. But no, I used to watch the Winnie the Pooh cartoon and the movies growing up. I loved them. I always could really kind of relate to some of the characters because Christopher Robin, he'd go play by himself, and I played by myself a lot with my toys. I'd line them up in front of the TV. We'd have little meetings. My sister's 4 years older than me, so we didn't play a lot.
I only remember the Winnie the Pooh cartoon, The Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh. That's the VHS right there that I remember. That cartoon with the heffalumps and him getting stuck because he ate too much honey and stuff. That's the stuff I remember. That's the iconic stuff of Winnie the Pooh. So that's really what I grew up with. I also grew up with some of the, because he's got books too. That's really what I grew up with as far as Winnie the Pooh went. Well, back to the movie. What Christopher Robin is about is just Christopher Robin growing up and leaving the 100-acre wood. He's got to leave Pooh and all his friends behind and, and start adulting. And he goes off into the war, and that's it's not a dark story per se, but it is a darker side of what happens when you grow up and you have to leave your toys behind and stuff. A little darker than Toy Story in a way because Ian McGregor had to go to war, like I said, and then he got this horrible job selling suitcases. And as far as him portraying that, he kind of came across as this man who, did lose a bit of his childhood, but at the same time, not too much. He could have been a little better. He played a bit straight, I would say. But overall, it was good. I did like when Pooh finally came back to Christopher Robin's life. That was pretty interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And he was just like, I left this behind a long time ago. Like, I don't want to get back into this. I'm an adult now. He even says that in the movie. And then all of a sudden, it's it's just one of those discovery movies of discovering, what you left behind a long time ago. And I thought it was effective. It was fine.
Pooh kept getting me. I kept thinking in my head, oh, Pooh, you're killing me, man. He kept saying these things to Christopher Robin that just break my heart, and I'm just like, oh my gosh.
And we actually did meet Jim Cummings.
Yeah.
At, forgot what Comic-Con. But he was cool. He was really cool.
Okay, Jim Cummings is the only reason this movie worked as well as it did, at least for me.
Christopher Robin.
Silence!
That's the voice of Winnie the Pooh. That's the voice I know is Winnie the Pooh. So if they had gotten someone else to do it, it wouldn't have worked. Like with Piglet, it didn't work because he didn't sound like the Piglet I know. It was little British Piglet. Oh, I'm so scared. I'm so scared.
Piglet's voice, it didn't really work for me. And Tigger did everything he had to do, like he bounced and stuff. Eeyore didn't.
That's because that's also Jim Cummings.
And that was interesting too. That Eeyore was voiced by Brad Garrett, and I really like that from the brother from Everybody Loves Raymond, Robert.
Sounds just like him.
That was great. I thought that was a really good addition. I was like, you'd be great for Eeyore. Like someone probably told him in passing, and he got the role now.
He's got that deep
really
voice
good.
that works.
That's really good.
I think for me the story was the weakest part of the whole movie. The visuals were beautiful.
Because like I said, it was just an excuse to bring back Winnie the Pooh and his friends and the 100-Acre Wood. But the visuals, the cinematography was...
Whoever the DP is, good job.
It's immaculate. It's really good. I thought the forest that they chose was really... it was like a Thomas Kincaid kind of forest. It really showed like old creeks and old bridges and swings.
It felt like the 100-Acre Woods for the...
Yeah, I mean, no, they could, like I said, like especially in the 3D age that we live in right now, like they could have gone with the really green leaves and the really brown trunks and blue skies
real.
And they really they kept everything really.
A lot of it was puppetry.
Yeah, I have no problem with that whatsoever because a lot of that is not even being done anymore, unless you're a Star Wars film. They paid really good tribute to Winnie the Pooh in this movie. Visually, it was really good.
Yeah, for me, like having that in-camera real character, because I like seeing that real-looking thing, and that's what I think made the emotion for it better. That's what kept getting me is seeing Winnie the Pooh live. I want that bear that they have in the movie. I want one.
Yeah, I like that they also kept the old look of the original stuffed animals and stuff. And a lot of people are going to appreciate that. It's going to be something that people are going to go to the movies, and I think they're going to be touched, I think, because they pay really good homage to Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah, there's a lot of tropes and Easter eggs in there if you really know the history. And
the Tigger song was thrown in there.
Yeah.
I thought that was a bit thrown in there, like a bit shoehorned in there.
Oh, I loved it.
Other than that, it was okay. As far as score goes, I would give it 3.5 out of 5. And I'm giving it that because the cinematography was great. I thought that Ian McGregor was really good as Christopher Robin. He did, at one point in the movie I was like, oh man, is he going to play the straight guy throughout the whole thing? But you do feel for him because of his background and stuff like that. But overall, he did really well. All the voice actors did really well. Jim Cummings did really well as Pooh again.
Love you, Jim.
Yep, so... The only thing that bothered me was that, a couple things were cliche and a couple things could have been changed as far as story goes because it really was just an excuse to kind of have him meet up with Pooh again and stuff. So, So
I'm going to give this a 4 out of 5 because I as a Winnie the Pooh lover, I loved every minute of it. There were a few things like the story was pretty weak in a lot of things. I just thought they could have done that better. If you really, really like Winnie the Pooh, you're really going to love this movie. You can kind of get over some of the things, except for Piglet. I won't get over Piglet. That's going to bug me forever.
So that was our review on Christopher Robin. What did you think about it?
Yeah, and also comment your memories with Winnie the Pooh. Did you watch the show as growing up, the movies? Did you see him live in a costume? Let us know. So yeah. And be sure to like and subscribe to our channel.
Yeah. Until then, we'll be watching movies.
Mm-hmm.